Well, it's another day of comic book haul, and not many new comics came out today, but I did get a bunch of old ones along with about a few new ones. So I'll have more to show you right after the intro. Hey guys, welcome to News to Astonish, comic book haul number 32, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And I got a few comics to show you, a few comics that I picked up, mostly from the dollar bin at the comic shop that I go to. Got my comic guy to hook me up. I'm actually going to do a video about the comic shop that I go to, do a walk around, maybe interview some of the people that work there, and just talk about comics and stuff like that. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the comics that I picked up today. Starting with the first one, I picked up Spider-Geddon Force number 1. I've been actually getting into Spider-Geddon. It's a lot of fun, actually. I like the idea of another universe of Spider-Man, well, other universes of Spider-Man existing, and it's a thrill. My favorite issue so far is Spider-Geddon number 0 because of the artwork. It's just, I'm a sucker for it, and also it features the Spider-Man with the advanced suit from the recent game that came out, Spider-Man, on PS4, and it's been confirmed that Spider-Man takes place on Earth 1048. So it's really cool that we're getting that featured in the comic books. And here we have Spider-Force number 1. I do not know exactly what this is about, but it also features one of my other favorite Spider-Man costumes in the comics, and it's this one, the Scarlet Spider number 2 suit. So yeah, definitely check this out. Pick up Spider-Geddon when you get a chance. I'm pretty sure it's going to be hot when all the issues are released, and I'm pretty sure all of them are going to be sold together at some point in the comic shops. So yeah, definitely get your chance to pick this up. Alright, next up is Venom. Yeah, it's a play on words. It's Venom with Vietnam put together, so it's called Venom. So I'm having a lot of fun with the new release of Venom. It retcons some of the things about Venom's origins and the origins of the alien symbiote costume. And here we get a bit of a backstory about the Vietnam days from the 60s and how they first encountered the Venom alien suit. And apparently Logan is featured in this comic. You guys want to check that out if you guys are all Wolverine fans and Logan fans in general, because Logan has been appearing everywhere lately, and definitely want to check out this one. I think it's going to be a mini series as well, a nice short run. But continue to pick up Venom, because if you're not reading Venom now, you don't know what you're missing. Venom has been nothing but a fun read. Definitely check it out. Alright, next one is another mini series that DC came out. This is Batman Secret Files number 1. I'm really loving the artwork and the covers that DC's coming out with for their comic books. It's got this holographic glow to it. It just looks stunning, especially how the golden highlights of the lettering and the 3D lettering and bats that are popping out really contrasts well with the black and white Batman silhouette and drawing of Batman right there. It's stunning. It's like a cover of a movie, actually. This one reminds me of the cover of The Dark Knight, and it's just gorgeous, just the way it looks. I'm really liking the way DC's printing their comics. I actually am excited for Batman Secret Files. I really love one-shots and mini-series events that do take place in comic books. We get to explore other adventures and other paths that our heroes take. And yeah, definitely I'm going to check this out and give this one a read, because I'm looking forward to all these mini-series events. I really love these spin-offs that the comic book companies like Marvel and DC do for their characters. Now to the oldies. Now I am also collecting Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, and I do have a ton of the new stuff, but I also want to take advantage and collect a bunch of the old stuff, because Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man, there are about maybe 300 odd so of Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. It was an ongoing series that started around maybe mid to late 80s, and then it stopped for a while, and then it resurfaced for a bit again, and then it stopped, and then it resurfaced recently, and continued off. Right now we're in like in the early 300s of Spectacular Spider-Man. I do have some of the original stuff, and it is canon, and it is part of this continuity. This is Spectacular Spider-Man number 88, Peter Parker. And again, and I've mentioned this before in my videos, Spectacular Spider-Man, Peter Parker really is canon to the Amazing. It's adjacent to the Amazing. It's the same exact thing. It really focuses on Peter Parker's social life in this one, along with some other characters that makes appearances here. It's practically Spider-Man and friends, really, because Spider-Man is always accompanied by a friend or a foe or somebody in the Spectacular Run-On series. So it's a really social event, whereas like the Amazing is really more of a solo-based kind of comic series, that it focuses mainly on Spider-Man and some other supporting characters as well, but not like Spectacular. Spectacular always has like special guests appearing in his comics, and he's always getting help from these guests that appear in his comic books. So definitely pick up Spectacular Spider-Man. It's a great read. Another Spectacular Spider-Man, actually 2 issues for $5 actually. I found this in the $5 bin. The comic guy that I talked to really hooked me up with these comics. And again, I'm collecting Spectacular Spider-Man Peter Parker. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, I keep saying it wrong. This one really intrigued me. This cover is gorgeous. He's got the black suit in this one. And then this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 131, I think. 132, excuse me. Yeah. Sorry, just removing the sticker off of there. Yeah, this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 132. And then on the back I have Spectacular Spider-Man number 155. One of the few earlier appearances of Tombstone. You may recognize him if you guys played Spider-Man PS4. Tombstone was a bit of a minor character in the game. But that's him right there, beating up Spider-Man right there. The Triumphant of Tombstone. Did I read that right? Yeah, the Triumph of Tombstone. Excuse me. I said the Triumphant of Tombstone. But anyways, yes, take a look and pick up Spectacular Spider-Man. Great reads. And here we have another one of the Spectacular Spider-Man. This is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 194, The Death of Vermin, Part 1. I'm not really familiar with the Vermin character, but he looks like a gigantic-sized version of Green Goblin. Very similar to the Ultimate Green Goblin, actually. But yeah, there's that one. I'll definitely give that a read later when I get a chance. And I think this is the last Spectacular Spider-Man in my haul today. This is the Spectacular Spider-Man Typhoid Massacre, number 213. Alright, it's a really nice comic. Now, this one is an interesting one. This does have what appears to be a bit of a coffee stain. This is the Amazing Spider-Man, number 400. So that's to be a $50 comic. I actually got this for $1 in the dollar bin. It's a special cover. There's no color on it. It is like a 3D texture, like, because it pops out. You can actually feel the textures on this comic cover. But on the left side, right here, well, actually on the right side, excuse me, on the right side of this comic right here in particular, there's a bit of a stain. It looks like a coffee stain. Never drink anything around your comic books, okay? If you want them to last longer, stop drinking and eating around your comics. Alright, this one, I have no reason why I picked it up. I mean, well, I do have one reason. One, it's Deadpool. But something about that cover really intrigued me. I just picked it up and I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. I don't know what it's about, but it does have Deadpool on it. And this is one of the few earlier appearances of Deadpool. This is a very 90s version of Deadpool. It's just an all-new X-Men limited series, and it has Deadpool on the front cover. It just intrigued me. It looks really cool from the cover, and I decided to pick it up and take it. And I got it out of the dollar bin. Totally worth it. Alright, here's another one. You can tell a Todd McFarlane drawing when you see one. This is the Wolverine number 76. It has Lady Deathstrike in the front. And when I say Todd McFarlane, because of the artwork, and also because Todd McFarlane cannot draw feet too well. Look at that. It's so disproportioned and contorted in a really weird way. It's just so funny looking. Everything else looks pretty okay, pretty much fine. The legs are decent, but then when it gets to like the knees down to the calves and the feet, they just look hilarious. It just makes me laugh every time I see it. But I just love how like there's a charm to Todd McFarlane's artwork because of like the lining and the penciling. It just makes it look really grungy and disgusting, but in a good way. I just love the artwork that Todd McFarlane puts in his comics. But those feet, man, gotta love them. These last ones are actually all, a couple of these are Wild Dog. I don't recall Wild Dog having his own comic series, but if he looks familiar to you, you may recognize him. He's a current cast member on Arrow on the CW. And it looks like Wild Dog jumped right out of the comics into the TV show because they got his look right on the TV show, at least. But I wasn't really aware that he had his own comic. I mean, it's no surprise, but still, this is Action Comics. Wild Dog. And here's another Wild Dog comic. Number 615, right here. Pretty cool that he has his own comic. I picked these up because I'm like, wow, I don't own any Wild Dog comics, so I just picked one up for a couple of them up for myself, so I can own them and show it to you guys. And then the last one is the Mighty Thor, number 365. This issue, Thor leaps into a new secret identity. So it's a classic. I picked these all up in the dollar bin, guys, except the first three. Those three were purchased new. Yes, one more thing before I go, and this is not a comic, but I wanted to show you guys this. I managed to find the Goku Ultra Instinct Funko Pop figure. These bad boys sold out immediately when it was announced that Funko Pop was going to release an Ultra Instinct Goku. Right here. Here it is. You can't find these bad boys anywhere, and this was the last one. And I was lucky to come across it. Thank God I was just lurking around the comic book shop, wandering around and looking everywhere, and I looked at it, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe you guys have this. I'm taking it. Let's open it right now and unbox it for you guys. I'll go ahead and unbox that for you. I love how it's just silver paint on the hair. Not exactly like whitish, but it's like a white silver color. And there it is. He looks so cool. Look at that. It's beautiful. I love it, man. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that detail on the rest of the body right here. I'm definitely going to put this right over there on top where my speakers are at. So yeah, my Funko Pop figure finally found this little bad boy. So that's my comic haul for tonight, guys. Those are all the comics. What do you think? Let me know. What comics are you interested in and what comics you're looking forward to reading. And if you have any comics that you might want to recommend to me, please let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.